Hey everyone, this is Jordan from sleeklens.com, and welcome to another really quick video where I'm going to show you how to edit out these people, basically clone them out of the photo using only one tool basically, and that's the clone stamp tool. So to do this, I'm going to do this non-destructively, and so that way we can always go back to the original photo if we needed to. So to do this, like I said, all I'm going to use is the clone stamp tool, which is right over here, and as you can see I have it selected. And I'm going to do this non-destructively by creating a brand new layer. And so I just have a blank layer, and that's where all my adjustments are going to go. So as you can see, when I brush over it, I get this little box, which means that's telling me I need to select something for it to clone over. So to do that, you hit the Alt or Option key on your keyboard, and you'll get kind of like a target here. And when you click on something, that's going to select it and tell it that's where it's going to sample from. So I'm going to brush over this person, and you see nothing is happening. I definitely made the selection, but nothing is happening. If yours is doing that, the reason why it's doing that is because you have your sample set to current layer. So what it's doing is it's sampling nothing because we're on a blank layer. So what you need to do is always select current and below. So now when I go over this person, I'm going to click on the Alt or Option key here again. I'm going to select right here, and I'm going to brush over this area. And as you can see, I'm slowly brushing over, and she's slowly going away. So just like that, there's one person gone. So let's go over this guy right here. So one thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to just quickly select remove the person here. I'm just going to hold Alt or Option again and click here to sample and just brush straight downward. And as you can see, my brush is very soft. I have a very feathered brush, and that's normally what's recommended here. I got my hardness down all the way to 0, and that way everything will just kind of blend in nicely. Now, as you can see, I did that. I was very close to the shadow there, so I'm just going to undo. And the reason I did that is because my sampled area was right about here, so it's also selecting the shadow. So I'm going to go down a lot farther here, click right there, and then go up to the shadow and move it across, and there it is. So I'm just going to quickly remove all these other little guys right here, and then this guy we're going to save for last. Alright, so this guy right here is going to be a little bit difficult because there's not that many areas to sample from where he's not already in the photo. So I'm just going to shrink the size of my brush down real quick, and I'm going to follow this line to just cut him in half real quick, and that'll start off the sample. So I'm clicking on this edge very far away, holding Alt or Option, clicking, and then that'll give me a chance to sample. And so I'm just going to slide right across. So from here, it's pretty easy. I'm going to enlarge my brush again, and just kind of sample as we did before. Now I'm not holding all the way. I'm not clicking here and holding all the way down. I'm clicking and then letting go, clicking and then letting go. And what's that's doing is kind of resetting the sample so that I'm not sampling something that has already been sampled under the photo. As you can see here, if I click here, I'm sampling, 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 sampling. So that's not what I want to do. So for this guy right here, now this is the hard part. We're going to go in here and choose getting really close, getting pixel close here so where we can see. And I'm just going to find a pattern. So this line here, that's a pattern I can use. So I'm just going to click way down here and follow that line and just kind of cut them. There we go. There's one arm gone. And I'm just following this pattern. You don't want to break up a pattern. That's the easiest way to tell that a photo has been manipulated with. Okay, so I'm going to click over here and do the same thing. Enlarge the brush a little bit. And so because this is a wooded area and there's trees back here, we can actually make him disappear into the trees here in the leaves. That's one easy way to do that. And as you can see, I'm sampling from many different places. So one thing we have here is a repeating pattern. That's why I wanted to save this till last, so I can show you how to get rid of a repeating pattern that will definitely tell that your photo has been manipulated with. So all I'm going to do is just do a real straight line here and just correct those little divots. And just kind of smooth this out. Alright, and so we have a little bit of dots here going on, a little bit of discoloration, and the way I'm going to get rid of those is actually choose my brush tool, which I will choose here. Shrink down my brush a little bit. There we go. And I'm actually going to sample this sort of bluish color here. I'm going to sample just right around there, and then take the opacity of my brush, move it down to about 32, and the flow of my brush and right around the same, about 39, and just kind of brush over these little spots. And as you can see, as you brush over, I'm clicking and dragging, clicking and dragging, clicking and dragging, and what that's doing is kind of evening out this whole section here. You can actually sample from multiple places, just try to blend in the colors a little bit. So right about there. So when we zoom out, we have a perfectly clear photo. Nobody else is in it except for this one person here. So I'm going to toggle off and on the selection. And there's everybody skiing, and then there's only the one person skiing. So I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. This is George from sleeklings.com, and I'll see you in the next video.